for coming out tonight. We're so happy to see you. Happy anniversary to Hip versus Swag. Yeah. My husband and I, we just celebrated our 14th wedding anniversary. And thank you. It's weird though, because I feel like 14 years of marriage is very similar to a 14-year-old boy. Like, we prefer to communicate over text. We will sneak out of the house to go get drunk in the minivan. And we tend to think about sex a lot more than we're actually having it. So yeah, we've got a few kids. We've got 3 kids. And I feel like having a family is a lot like running a company, except your children are like your product lines. Sometimes you want to recall one of those products because it's causing a public safety hazard. And then you realize that its tendency to spontaneously combust, the faulty wiring, tendency to leak fluid. It's just normal wear and tear. And you know what? My manufacturing plant is not to blame. No, it's a design defect that I blame on my co-owner. It's all his fault. It's all his fault. But when you name your first kid, you have to be very careful about what name you pick, because you're establishing your brand. Because and the parents out there know what I'm talking about. The first name you pick, all the other names have to match, right? Right? Yeah. See? Yeah. I've got neighbors, my yuppie hipster neighbors, and they've named their children Dasani, Evian, and Perrier. They're going for Pretentious Water. That's their brand. My buddy from college, Carl, he's named his kids Wendy, Crystal, and of course, Carl Jr. He's going for E. coli chic. And then there's us. We've named our kids Oscar, Ruby, and Murray. We're going for Jewish old age home. And I feel like we're doing a pretty good job of staying on brand. There's a lot of kvetching about the food. I'm pretty sure no one can hear anything I say. And whenever I introduce them to one of my black friends, I'm really worried they're gonna say something racist. So, yeah. There's actually a lot of things that I'm saying to my kids now that I really hope I'm not still saying to them when they're teenagers. You know, stuff like, clean up your room, put the toilet seat down, take those balls out of your mouth. Because no one likes balls in their mouth. No, especially mommy. No matter what daddy says. It's yucky. It's yucky. Yeah, it is. But I've had to have a lot of difficult conversations with my kids. You know, like explaining to them things that you wouldn't think you would have to explain to anyone. I had to explain to one kid why it was unsanitary to wear finger puppets in the bathroom. Yeah. I know. I had to explain to another kid that ending a sentence, and boom, that's comedy, does not make what you just said to that blind man socially acceptable. No. And then I had a really hard time explaining to my daughter the answer to her question of, Mommy, when I'm older, will my boobies be as big as Daddy's? Yes. No, sweetie, no. Few are. But I would kill for a pair of man boobs. Like if I was gonna go get that mommy makeover, I'd be like, give me the man boobs. They're so cute and perky. They are. They're so adorable. They're adorable. So, but there's lots of things that I've learned about myself since becoming a parent, like the enigmas of all the answers to all the puzzles in life. I've figured out why girls like to go to the bathroom together. It's because they're preparing for motherhood when you will never, pee alone ever again. Yeah, I'm so used to having an audience. I'm like, hey, maybe I'm like talented at this. I'm like really good at peeing. I always have an audience. And it's gotten to the point though where I can only pee if I do have an audience. I guess it's like the opposite of pee shy. Would that be called I'm like a pee extrovert? And it really only causes a problem at work though. The guys are always like, hey, Amanda, can you pee with the door closed, please? And I'm like, sure, but if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna need you to stand on the other side of the door and bang on it and ask me to make you a snack. And then